I'd like to welcome you to the 2024 Veterans Day ceremony, sponsored by the Robert H. Burns American Legion Post 16. We're pleased to have all of you here to recognize and honor those who have served our country. From where I'm standing, this is a sight to behold. My name is Dennis Charlesworth. I'm a past commander of Post 16, currently the first vice commander. I'm honored to be the master of ceremonies for today's celebration, and it is a celebration. This ceremony is now called to order. Post 16's chaplain, Arthur Sutton, will now deliver the invocation. Please rise if you are able and uncover.
Most glorious dear God, great architect of the universe, it's without equivocation a secret occasion that we gather here today to honor all the veterans, past, present, and future, who made this great country what it is. But it is with your will and your blessings that make us what we are and what we can do. We thank you for the many blessings that you send our way. You came so far from glory and died on a cross for us to show us our way to salvation. We thank you and love you. Amen.
Amen. Please recover and remain standing for the advancement of our colors by the St. Tammany Veterans Honor Guard.
Color! Lieutenant! Carry! Cut! Forward! March! Color guard! Halt! Left, base! Present! Colors!
Please uncover for the national anthem, which will be performed by Mia Ditto, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by the American Heritage Bureau. Mia?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful, beautiful. Mia, thank you so much for that stirring rendition of our national anthem. Who's going to be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Carry! Colors! Right, base! Forward, march!
Thank you, American Heritage Girls, for leading us in the pledge, and we especially appreciate you signing that. Okay, please remain standing for the designation of the POW MIA empty chair. We have Post 16 Commander Rossi Quarterman. The POW MIA empty chair is a physical symbol of many American POW MIAs still unaccounted for from all wars and conflicts involving the United States of America. This is our reminder to spare no effort to secure their release from captivity, the repatriation of the remains of those who died bravely in defense of liberty, and a full accounting of those missing. To recover, you may be seated. It's my pleasure today to welcome our guests and thank those who have been so supportive of veterans in this ceremony. Please stand if able or wave so that we can recognize you. We are honored to have 2 World War II veterans among us. We have Sam Ford, a Navy veteran. And we have James Robinson, a World War II veteran as well as a Korean War veteran. Earlier this year in September, we celebrated James's 103rd birthday at the World War II Museum. I'd like to recognize any other Korean War veterans that we have in the crowd, besides Jim. Thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate you being here. Please rise if you're a Vietnam era veteran. Next, Global War on Terror veteran. I'd like to also recognize the spouses of veterans. They have been through a lot with their spouses being in the military, and they sacrifice a lot for their husbands to be active in the American Legion. So the spouse of the veterans, please rise to be recognized. Next, we have the St. Tammany Parish President, Mike Cooper. City of Covington Mayor, Mark Johnson. American Legion Post 16 Auxiliary Treasurer Lucy Bennon and President Brenda Ogden. Pierre de Manville Chapter DAR Rachel Shaw. Corporal Justin D. McLeese Detachment of the Marine Corps League, Matt Cole. VFW Post 8720. I'd also like to thank Boy Scout Troop 160, the American Heritage Girls, and in the back we have some displays by veteran-owned businesses, veteran-friendly businesses, as well as military service organizations. And there are 2 people I'd like to recognize who had volunteered to help this year to get the community more involved, as well as all those who have helped to plan, organize, and conduct this ceremony, but especially Cassie Tresser from the American Heritage Girls, and Jean Welshel who is a member of our auxiliary. We have included for recognition this year, as I said, the veteran-owned businesses, veteran-friendly businesses, and military service organizations. And you're invited to visit their displays behind you, become familiar with their services as well as their participation within the military community. I'm honored today to speak on behalf of our commander, Bossy Quarterman. Bossy is an Army veteran and has been leading Post 16 in an energetic and enthusiastic manner. We are the second largest American Legion post in Louisiana with 300 members, including, as I mentioned, World War II and Korean War veterans, who are among our senior members. We're proud of our reputation in fulfilling our commitment to veterans and their families and our growing involvement in the community. If you have a chance, please see our display in the back. Many people confuse Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Memorial Day is a day for remembering and honoring military personnel who died in the service of their country, particularly those who died in battle or as a result of wounds sustained in battle. November 11th, today, is Veterans Day, a day set aside to thank and honor all those who have served honorably in the military, in wartime or peacetime. In fact, Veterans Day is largely intended for thanking living veterans for their service, to acknowledge that their contributions to our national security are appreciated, and to underscore the fact that those who serve, not only those who died, have sacrificed and done their duty. The history of Veterans Day can be found in your program. Some additional facts about Veterans Day is unlike Armed Forces Day, which is May 18th, which is observed for those still in uniform, and Memorial Day, which is observed annually on the last Monday in May, which is for those who never made it out of the uniforms. Veterans Day is for those who were lucky enough to hang up their uniforms. A bit of trivia I learned while preparing for this ceremony is that Veterans Day does not include an apostrophe. Why, you may ask, does it not include an apostrophe S at the end of veterans? And that's because it's not a day that belongs to veterans. It's a day for honoring all veterans. And to all our veterans here today, we thank you. Our first speaker today is St. Tammany Parish President Mike Cooper. Other than earning a degree in city and regional planning in Lafayette, Mike has never lived anywhere else but Covington. Mike has served Covington as mayor for 8 years and as president of St. Tammany Parish since then. Mike is also a member of the Sons of the American Legion, Post 16 Squadron, as a result of his father's military service and as a past commander. His father was one of our past commanders. Mike is a strong supporter of American Legion activities and veterans in our community. Please welcome Mike to the podium.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
It is a beautiful day here in Covington, Louisiana, St. Tammany Parish, on the grounds of St. Tammany Parish Justice Center, and we have a daily reminder that this is also a memorial site for all of our armed services, as you see the monuments displayed here at the St. Tammany Parish Justice Center. On this Veterans Day, I sincerely thank all of our nation's heroes who have protected our country. Your service ensures the ideals of freedom, democracy, and peace, not only maintained but strengthened at home and abroad. As you may know, St. Tammany Parish is home to almost 17,000 veterans who have over $160 million impact on our parish, according to Louisiana Department of Veterans Affairs Secretary Charlton McGinley, who lives here in St. Tammany Parish. And our veteran population continues to grow as more find our parish welcoming and prepared to meet your needs. And as you may be aware, we have 2 local VA offices here in St. Tammany available to serve you. Under the direction of Jeannie Hughes, we have one here in Covington, located at 1301 Florida Street, near the fairgrounds, and on the 2nd floor of the Towers building in Slidell. And established in 2014, 10 years ago, the Southeast Louisiana Veterans Cemetery provides for a final resting place for our veterans and their eligible dependents. Because of its convenient location and the vision of the VA leadership over the years, this has quickly become the fastest growing state veteran cemetery in Louisiana. And mark your calendars. On Saturday, December 14th at 11 a.m., Wreaths Across America will be at the Southeast Louisiana Veterans Cemetery in Slidell, the Mandeville Historic Cemetery, and Covington Cemetery No. 1 to remember and honor our veterans through the laying of remembrance wreaths on the graves of our country's fallen heroes and the act of saying the name of each and every veteran aloud. I invite you to join me at one or maybe 2 of these locations as we remember the fallen, honor those who serve, and teach our children the value of freedom. I want to thank you all again, our veterans, our citizens, and our community for all that you do. God bless you, and God bless America.
Next we have Mayor Mark Johnson. Mayor Mark is fond of referring to Covington as one of the coolest cities in the country, and deservedly so, as he's probably the coolest mayor of any city in the country. You can find him usually participating in many community events, enjoying himself and involving others in those community activities. Whether it's telling stories at the Covington Business Association, leading Zumba with the mayor, appearing in a Halloween costume for the October block party, or my favorite, donning a banana costume at Post 16's annual Great American Legion Banana Split celebration. You can count on him for his support and involvement in making Covington a cool city. Let's welcome Mayor Mark.
Thank you, Vice Commander, and thank you for not causing me to don a banana suit today. To all the veterans here today, on behalf of the City of Covington, I thank you for your service. To the families of the veterans, I thank you for your sacrifice. I share in the pride that you must feel in being able to say you have served in the greatest military in the world. Your service and your sacrifice allows all of us to live in the freest nation in the world. To everyone here in attendance, thank you for choosing to honor our veterans today and by showing your support for them. God bless.
Thank you, Mayor. Next we have Lucy Bennon, who is representing the American Legion Auxiliary Unit 16. The auxiliary is a key component in the operation and success of Post 16. Lucy can be found fully involved in the activities of the auxiliary and is a tremendous asset in many ways to Post 16.
Welcome to everybody gathered here today to honor our veterans. This is such an important celebration. the American Legion Auxiliary was formed to support the American Legion in their endeavors to help all veterans. And our veterans, when they came home from wars over the years, came back with many, many needs. And the Auxiliary and the Legion are here to support them. Veterans gave up their freedom to choose what they did for a living. They were told, you'd be good at this, and they were asked to do that for many years. They didn't have a choice where they did what they were told to do. They just did it. That's hard. Many were 18-year-olds. If any of you have an 18-year-old boy and you tell them what to do, you know what you get. It's not pretty. They did it, and they did it to serve our country. And any of their families, as Dennis pointed out, their families went along for the ride, but it was a rough ride for many. You moved, children had to change schools, you lived away from family, so the support for your family while your loved one was gone was difficult. And it was a sacrifice made by all involved and who love veterans. On behalf of the Auxiliary, we want to thank you, all veterans, for your service and support of our great nation. Today would not be possible without you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy. We are honored to have a Marine Corps veteran, founder of the Lance Corporal Justin D. McLeese Detachment of the Marine Corps League, as well as a Post-16 member, Matt Cole, who will be our next speaker. Matt is known as a staunch supporter of and advocate for veterans. We welcome Matt to the podium.
On behalf of the Marine Corps League, Lance Corporal Justin D. McLeese Detachment, Happy Veterans Day. Yesterday, us Marines celebrated 249 years of just plain awesomeness. Happy birthday, Marines! We are honored to be named after Covington's own war hero, Justin Daniel McLeese. His mother is here. Sharon, please stand. Just as many of our service organizations are named in honor of fallen, we're proud to be named after Covington's own, who died in the Battle of Fallujah, leading from the front and saving lives. And he was posthumously awarded the Bronze Star with Combat V for valor, and we're honored to continue his work. To our greatest generation here today, thank you for allowing us the opportunity to serve, follow in your footsteps, and I hope we do you proud. Our Korean War veterans, the forgotten war, you are not forgotten amongst us veterans. Our Vietnam veterans who fought, sometimes unrecognized, for more than 15 years, welcome home. Our Gulf War veterans, they kicked ass and took names. It only took 3 days to finish that one, so thank you. Of course, there were many operations in between, Kosovo, Grenada, many more to talk about. Our quiet professionals who still operate to this day, we don't hear about the things they do, but a good thank you to them as well. And lastly, our Iraq and Afghanistan veterans, again, still serving. A lot of it still unrecognized, but thank you to you as well. last thing I would like to impress upon any veteran here, if you are not a member of a veteran service organization, whether it be the American Legion, VFW, Disabled American Veterans, if you're a Purple Heart veteran, Military Order of the Purple Heart, and if you're a Marine Corps veteran, I don't know why you're not a member of my detachment. I expect to see you at my tent behind us after this celebration. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Matt. We especially appreciate all the Marines being out today with your hangovers. Matt said that's true. Next, please welcome DAR Pierre de Manville Chapter Representative Rachel Shaw. Rachel.
Good morning. I'd like to thank the American Legion Post 16 for this opportunity to bring greetings. On behalf of Pierre de Mandeville Chapter, National Society, Daughters of the American Revolution, on Veterans Day, we honor the military veterans of the United States Armed Forces. Our organization is committed to honor all that have served our great nation. Without their sacrifice to serve, we would not gather today. We gather to show respect to all of those who have served. With no greater sacrifice than to offer your life for the greater good of our country, we honor you. Thank you.
Two people who aren't on the program today that I'd like to recognize is Mike Peets, as well as Scott Cousins, commander of our Sons of the American Legion. Next we have Tiffany McGarry Cyprian. Tiffany is the founder and CEO of Project Blessings All Year Round. It's a 501c3 nonprofit supporting communities in time of need, and with her husband operates Welcome Ministries Community Home, which is the only nonprofit shelter and transitional housing for homeless veterans in all of St. Tammany Parish. She works tirelessly to assist veterans and others as well, and has partnered with Post 16 in creating the second annual Sleep Out for Homeless Veterans. Tiffany?
Good morning. It's an honor to be here. I'd like to thank all of our leaders of our parish, our community, and all of our veterans. Mr. Dennis touched on about families, spouses, children. All of you guys have served, so thank you all for your service. I'd like to start out to say how I got involved with homeless veterans. 18 months ago, I got a call from an organization that housed veterans going through rehabilitation. They had a gentleman that had no family, nowhere to go. My husband and I, we purchased properties and renovate them. So we was like, we have an empty house, let's just wing it. So we got this gentleman, and unfortunately he's a Vietnam vet and had no family, no benefits, nothing. He's been with us 18 months. I was going to bring him out, but he was a little under the weather today, but he'll be at the sleep out. And I've worked and advocated for him. August 1st, he just got approved for what they call aged benefits with Social Security. So my heart is in this, and over the time, we have received multiple calls from these different organizations that when these guys transition out, they have nowhere to go. I was never aware of how many homeless veterans that we have. So we have the home in St. Tammany Parish, and it's independent living. We purchased the old quad vet home in Tangipahoa Hope Parish. We have 14 beds there, and 11 of them are filled with homeless veterans. I wanted to tell you that when most people see someone who is homeless, they assume that they haven't been that way for a long time. The truth is, there is much more to the lives of unhoused men, women, and children than meets the eye. There There are various nuances to the experience of homelessness, and each person faces a very different set of circumstances and obstacles. At Project Blessings, we understand these unique challenges and serve those in need. I'd like to just share with you there's 4 types of homelessness definitions that our federal government identifies. There's chronic, episodic, transitional, and hidden homelessness. At Project Blessings, we seek to understand the unique needs of every client that comes to us. We have served multiple individuals and families overcome all different types of homelessness. I encourage you to stop by our table, come out to the sleep out, and see how you can help us change lives one bed at a time. The federal government describes homelessness as a lack of fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence. It can also include living in a place not meant for human habitation or being at risk for losing your home. Homelessness leads to several increased feelings of uncertainty, vulnerability, isolation. It affects these people physically and mentally. They're already veterans. They already have served. They're suffering from mental health illnesses, PTSD, depression, anxiety. Now they have to figure out, where am I going to stay? From being unable to obtain reliable identification, accessing health care, the lack of access to clean clothes, personal hygiene, waking up in the mornings, being told you have to move from a certain place that you felt was your warm and safe place. So I stand before you today to tell you that homelessness is real. Nobody likes to see anyone sitting around. And I want to commend Mayor Mark Johnson on a lady that's homeless that lives downtown. People are always posting about her, and they always check on her. And I want to commend you on that, Mayor Mark, for responding to those people. So on Saturday, November 16th, the American Legion is hosting Project Blessing's 2nd annual sleep out to end homelessness in veterans. You do not have to spend the night, but I tell you it is an experience. From 10 o'clock to 4, we will have a market. You can come shop with vendors. We'll have resources. At 1 o'clock, we'll go out and set up our tents, our shelters, whatever you want to sleep in. We'll have tarps, cardboard boxes, pallets. Bring your tent. You can sleep in your car because some homeless people sleep in their car. It's to simulate the plight of homelessness, to see we have some extra amenities. Last year was our first year. At 4 a.m., I got up to go to the restroom, and I did a live video inside. I was in tears. It was freezing cold. I was like, how did I let Mr. Dennis talk me into doing this in November? But it was an experience for me. I said, I have to finish this. So I went back out and I finished. At 6:30, we were done. So I encourage you to come out, get involved. We will be honoring a local veteran here, a Wounded Warrior veteran, and a couple other veterans. This specific veteran is Miss Louisiana. She has used dance as her outlet to help her get through what she's been through. So she'll be coming home thinking that she's going to entertain the crowd, but actually we're going to be honoring her as well. Atmos Energy has sponsored our lunch, so we'll have free lunch. We have Dawn Dogs and CF Biggs who has sponsored our afternoon dinner and our breakfast for the next morning. So I highly encourage each one of you to come out, stop by, say hi. And if you know anyone that's homeless in the area, tell them to come out as well. We'll feed them. We're going to have someone giving out free clothes. We'll be accepting donations of items that we need for the transitional homes. Those are items of need, like personal hygiene. I hate to put in specific requests, but I must say for laundry, we can't do the liquid or the powder because they just pour. So we request the pies. I give them 7 for the week, and they can just drop 1 pie. But thank you again, each and every one of you, for your service, your time. I greatly appreciate it, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming out. I want to tell all of our veterans, male and female, if you know someone that has served, we have a national museum in Washington, D.C. that recognizes women's veterans. And the Daughters of the American Revolution a couple of months ago recognized one of our post members, Miss Jane Griffith with a talk she gave our group of ladies regarding her service in the military. She was a nurse, was deployed all over the place. She enjoyed her service, but we would like to thank her again publicly on the behalf of the American Legion Auxiliary, and Daughters of the American Revolution. Miss Jane, we thank you for your service.
Any of you that served in combat will have a great appreciation for Jane as an Army nurse. One of the things that she mentioned to me was that she was in Vietnam and had to care for many of the members of the 101st Airborne Division who were engaged in the Battle of Hamburger Hill, which is one of the most famous battles in Vietnam. And was tremendous experience, talent, ability, and determination on the nurses' part, and particularly Jane. We are tremendously proud to have Jane as a member of American Legion Post 16.
Most gracious God, you said where 2 or 3 are gathered in your name, you'll be in the name and bless them. We felt you in our group. We feel your blessings. And we thank you for the blessings for all of these veterans and their families. Thank you. Amen.
Amen.
Please visit the displays that we have in the back if you have a chance. Anyone interested in becoming a member of Post 16, its auxiliary, or the Sons of the American Legion, please see one of us at the conclusion of the ceremony. And this concludes our ceremony. We have Mia Dina, who will be ending our program with the singing God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, through the ocean wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless our veterans.
What a lovely way to end the day. A couple other folks I'd like to recognize is the 985 Jeep Club, who provided the patriotically decorated Jeep, and also Lady Lux, who provided this beautiful display of balloons. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. Any more veterans?
Get tight in. Get tight in. Tighten in.
Nobody here bad about it. Thank you.
Squeeze in as much as possible.
Get over here. Everybody make sure your face is between shoulders or heads.